Welcome back to the eSports Report. Ben getting a little warm up over here in Mortal Kombat.
Good.
Just learning the controls a little bit before we start that up. But we saw how crazy that first OT ended. We got to show you the second OT. Just talk a little bit about it some more. So goes to a second OT, 18-18 at this point. Hika goes absolutely massive to force this second overtime. And you got to figure the momentum's favoring Elevate at this point. But in a game like CSGO, Ben, do you think momentum kind of works backwards on you in a little bit because you have to play so patient and passive that sometimes I know it happens to me. I get a little bit too antsy. I get a few kills, I make a nice play, and then I think I can just run in there, and then I am very quickly reminded that I'm not able to just run in there.
Yeah, I'm trying
look at this play. He's going to be flashed. He's going to have right there. He's able to kill that one player. He has absolutely no line of sight. And something you kind of notice, so you kind of pick up as you watch, like a lot of CSGO, is when the players are smoked out and they're able to pick up those kills, through smokes and flashes, they pretty much just aim at where they see the bullets coming from on their screen. So they see the bullets coming from like the left-hand side. They just put their aimer over by where the bullets are coming from and just spray through it. And you see it's going to be a 2v4 right now. 2 players alive for CLG. They're just going to save their guns. You see how far away they get. And that's a good play in CSGO. It's kind of funny. Like Black Ops 2 is the same type of thing. They get bombed down. You didn't want to give away streaks. You kind of like jump off the map. Not the same type of thing, but you're able to save your guns by just playing for a save. And you see right here, Skadoodle doesn't want to peek this corner because he knows probably not playing down in pit. CLG able to save their guns, but it's going to be Elevate with that momentum going up 1. And it'll be interesting. You see, 4,100. They shouldn't save on this one. They're definitely going to be buying out. You see, Hay is taking a little bit with 5 grand, but he's got enough money to buy out. But this is an important round for CLG. They lose this round, they probably cannot buy that next round, and they, Elevate wins that one. It's pretty much over.
It's gonna be tough. Very, very, very tough.
Do you like this form of overtime?
Yes.
Look at this spot. He's boosting him up on his teammate's head on Cat. I've never seen that.
Really?
I got to try that.
Yeah.
That's a nice spot.
Again, that's something that you don't see in CoD. Players kind of finding finding new angles.
I feel like
it's kind of like hover.
I feel like you could do it in CoD, though.
Oh, definitely.
We just haven't seen teams experiment with it yet.
Although CoD's that kind of game where you're going to try it and someone's going to turn around and get a 2-piece. And they're going to be like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
why were they trying to stack like that? And you see the angles.
I wonder in CoD if you could triple boost. Like stack teammates like 3, like Eiffel Tower.
Well, with a double jump, you probably would be able to, right?
We should experiment with that.
I'll have to try that out. That's actually kind of
Where's Killer and Physic when you need him?
So this is pretty much a must-win for CLG, and you see the 3v4 are going to have to come up clutch here. And what I really like when I play CSGO is that even like a 1v1 or like not a 1v1, but like
oh my God, is he going to clutch this?
A 1v3 situation, you can definitely clutch. He's going to have to go for a defuse. So they planted the bomb for long. You see he's trying to get it, and he's able to pick up that last kill. 1v3.
Yeah, it's within 1 second, but
he has no kit, though.
So that's big. That's the CT round.
Oh, my God. That was massive play.
Within 1 second. So that's what's really cool about CS is that those 1v3s, I don't want to say they're likely, but
they're possible.
They're possible. I tried to actually get a clip from my games last night.
Here we go.
I had a 1v4.
Those CT rounds, those precious CT rounds.
It was pretty sick. It was pretty sick.
Was it actually good?
Yeah, it was sick. It was sick. I killed 2 people, rotated the bomb, completely opposite side of the map, totally jigged these players out. But I think something like this for CoD, like where you have to win by 2, would be pretty cool.
Right?
Right?
I would like it.
Although, since he came through the fire, I'm not sure that CLG... Okay, yeah, Spiness is spamming it, so...
Yeah, they know that they've crossed.
That will leave Tarek in the pit.
And it's so interesting. Once they commit to a push, it's pretty much the first guy is like, all right, I know I'm going to die. I just need to at least kill 1 person or do as much damage as I can. Right. Yeah, the next one, really just about trading. You see, missing a ton of shots right there. Rush able to get that first kill.
He hit him for 99. Oh, he goes just like peace.
Yeah. And Hiko kind of, I say he's playing the role for this team of a lurker, so to speak. So to explain kind of like that type of position, it's the player who's going to be watching the cuts from the back, kind of Now, if you're going to push A like long, that player is going to be lurking over by B in the tunnels. He's going to be lurking like suicide, trying to watch double doors, just trying to pick up kills on rotation, like easy kills from behind. Some other roles I would say that there are in CSGO. Your intro fragger, like it's primarily going to be like that same guy that's going to lead the charge every time. His job is really to kind of, he's dead. He shouldn't have planned it for Cat. I don't know why he planned it for Cat. That didn't make any sense. But no, right there, I would have.
That was huge. They got 2 of 3 like CT-sided rounds. That's massive.
That's huge.
You know who wins this, don't you? I forgot what you said. So this is this is getting intense.
Right. You want to ideally like Dust 2 is a map, so it's actually also interesting from the standpoint that we have maps that are one side and whatnot, and so do the CS:GO obviously.
Massively,
but they're massively one-sided. There are some maps where you go down.
Well, I mean, you look at this game for example. Both CTs, what, won?
They go down. Yeah.
In regulation time, they won 2 rounds on defense.
At the half, it was 13-2,
and that's like
nah, whatever, it's fine.
Okay, and then they go and they 13-2 back. Like,
I mean, there's a map like Nuke, for instance, where you win 3 rounds on terrorists, 3 or 4 rounds, and you're good. Like that's considered like a huge win. Like I think that's also another interesting part of like a meta. I imagine like CoD like switched like 30 rounds and you went down like
dude, I would love
15-2. I feel like people would start freaking out. They'd be like, oh my god, like why are they down by so much? But in a game like this, and you see P-Char able to get a pick right off the bat there.
Dude, there's no way they lose this game.
I think that was the first op pick in middle, honestly.
Yeah, that was the first time I think anyone's got picked in mid. But I know Elevate on CT going to have to go massive here. But you see the push starting to come, and a lot of teams starting to do more of that mid push, mid to B.
Right.
It seems to be more popular. And obviously, because you're just going to try and push that opera out of that mid position. That's really kind of what you want to do. Even if that first guy gets off, he can't scope in and reload that bolt action fast enough to be able to take out the second player. Right. So you're going to be able to trade that. And if you can trade one player to get an op out of a person's hands, that's huge.
Especially if you can keep your op alive.
Oh, yeah.
Then it's like, well, we just won this round.
But you see how far away Hiko is playing from the rest of his teammates. See, he's playing on the T side of tunnels. And look at this. He's going to be lurking straight behind the opponents. He sees where the bomb carrier is. He's going to be able to take him out. He actually probably could win for a knife right there, to be quite honest. But you see Skadoodle in the bomb site, and they're going to be able to clutch this.
Dude, they were a man down.
Yep, man down. Able to come up clutch. Skadoodle and Hiko making some big plays.
So well.
Hiko's so good. I don't know how he is not on a amazing team yet.
He's North American.
He's trying to play in Europe, I think.
This is like one of the rare moments where I can safely say, yep, Europeans better at CSGO than the North Americans.
It's funny, like CoD is like the one game North America dominates compared to other esports.
But like significantly dominates as well.
So either team needs to win both rounds left here to win the game. If they split, another OT.
And it just keeps on going.
Spoiler, it doesn't. This is where the game ends.
Thanks, Matt.
No problem. But
that would be so
it's so intense to watch.
Right?
It's like chess in video game form.
I was going to say, every single round is like a game of chess. And that's what I love. That's why, to me, Search and Destroy is the best game type.
What is your opinion on health regenning versus like a standard kind of health bar?
I think standard health bar.
Really?
In a game like CoD, it doesn't work, though. You wouldn't be able to do that.
Fast-paced,
it's like...
Have they ever tried it in CoD?
No.
Really?
You can do... You can, like, turn it off. Well, you used to be. I'm not sure if you can in this game. I haven't experimented. But you used to be able to in... I want to say World of War.
You can see Elevate has absolutely no idea where they are.
But they're lost.
They're completely lost. So the smoke goes down... CT, they don't know if they're pushing A or B. Hiko's going to have to back out of there. He's got one teammate. But you see players flooding, and it's so interesting. In CoD, we talk about like first bloods, like you don't want to get first blood. In CSGO, when you're a terrorist, you're almost always going to get first blooded because you're trying to push something. But as long as your teammates trade, it's all about forcing players off positions. And I think we start to see more of like the lingo and strategy from CSGO. We're starting to see in CoD.
There's no way Skadoodle clutches this.
No. 4K for Tarek.
huge couple of entries at a critical moment.
You see the arena, the new LEDs in the front with the face cams.
Dude,
looks so
looks
sick.
So sick.
Running out to be.
And we're going to have that in CoD too. Which is just awesome. Next time.
Yeah, we did, yeah. Oh, we had it at the arena for COD already.
Did they have the face cams on the LEDs? Hey! We did. Let's go.
We did. Ben doesn't even pay attention to what we do.
I don't see the front of the desk.
But I think Elevate playing with that one.
Missed.
Yeah, that one, I don't know.
That was questionable.
I think Elevate kind of played this poorly, but they do obviously have 2 stand-ins, so always. But, I mean, they're not. I mean, Skadoodle and Hiko are pretty good stand-ins. Would expect them to. They were really kind of the favorite. I mean, the tournament is still going on. You can catch games today. The winter finals will actually be at 6 p.m. on MLG.TV/CVO.
Losers game today as well?
I think 3 p.m., 3:30 the action started. I believe it was a EU placement match, an online placement match, and then 6 p.m. is when the winter finals start.
Tarek just clutched up in these last couple of rounds.
Yeah.
That intro kill. Again, that's what we were talking about.
Right, but you see they tried to get that incendiary over by where this player's standing to force him out of that to get an easy pick.
They are so good at this retake. Where's it going to be planted this time?
And that's another thing. Trying to retake sites is extremely difficult. I think on this map, especially with the way the players are positioned on this one, the worst is to have to go through CT to try and clutch this. But you see Catwalk completely smoked out, all up to Hiko. Last one alive.
1v2 again.
1v2 again. Has barely any health. Not going to be able to get him. And CLG was able to take that one 2-0, which I wouldn't categorize that as a huge upset, but definitely.
They were the 2 teams
definitely
we were
not
really
favored.
excited about.
Yeah, they were the 2 teams definitely. I wouldn't say heavily favored going into the event, but I think those are the.
Pretty heavily favored.
That I would not be surprised if that is going to be a finals match. If that's going to be a rematch in the finals.
What's next?
But, guys, coming up after this quick commercial break, we're going to have the fail videos of the week. Have you looked through any of these yet?
I haven't seen any. I didn't want to. I didn't want to ruin the surprise.
If you guys remember, we're going to show you the defending champion from last week, the worst video game play in the history of all video game plays. I tried to find something that was
still? Maybe
all right, I tried to find something that was worse than this. Maybe you guys think something in here is worse than that one. But guys, stay tuned. We're going to have those right after this quick commercial break.